Obviously not the news anyone was hoping for. What's going through your mind right now?
Yeah, it's tough. You work so hard for seasons and moments like these. So whenever you get hurt and it ends it early, it's tough to handle. But that's part of the game. Been through it before, so just got to grind it out.
Joe, can you walk us through kind of what happened on that led to the injury in the game?
Yeah, the play before it happened, I landed on the wrist a little bit, and then the next play, the touchdown pass just felt the pop when in the middle of the throw. Tried to give it a go, but just couldn't get it done. So, and obviously got the news today. So not great.
It looks like we saw you try to throw a couple times, it just didn't go. Did you know at that moment then that you probably just couldn't do it? What was that?
I knew I couldn't yesterday, and so that was tough. I was excited about how that game was heading, and then after the game, kind of had a feeling before we got the official news, but it is what it is.
When you went to the tent and before you do those, do you feel pretty good about the situation? Did you not feel good about the situation?
Oh, I didn't really have a feeling at that time. I was just gonna tape it up and give it a shot. Just couldn't.
Jay, this 3 years, I feel like you're always kind of playing through or been dealing with stuff, injuries, tough stuff. How do you deal with the compilation of this? Do you worry about the compilation of this stuff over 3 years?
No, I'm just gonna treat it like anything else. You analyze the situation, go through the process of what it's gonna take to get back, and you go and do it. That's all you can do.
What have they told you about the process of getting back? How soon do you expect to be able to throw again and go through all those drills?
Yeah, I don't know. It's still very early. Still got a lot of people to talk to, and a lot of work to do. So I don't really have an answer on that one.
Is there stuff you draw from? The ACL, that process, how you were able to handle it and come through it. Stuff you draw from that feels like it can help you, come out of this, with a good mindset.
Yeah, I've been through stuff like this before, so it's nothing new. Like I said, it's football. Stuff like this happens. You just gotta learn to live with it, and I've talked a lot about leaning on your support system. I got a great support system, great friends, great family. Help me get through it. Great teammates. I'll be around here, so not ideal, but I've got what it takes, and the people around me got what it takes to get it done.
What have your teammates been saying to you?
They've been nothing but supportive. Love those guys. They're going to keep fighting, get wins, make the playoffs. Jake's going to play great. Jake played really well yesterday when he got his chance, and that was off of no practice. So he's going to continue to get better and better. I'm excited to watch him too.
On the play when you landed, the play before the touchdown pass, was there a force from the defender that fell on your wrist as well, or was it just all your body?
I don't really even remember. I didn't even really realize that I fell on it before they showed me the video. In the heat of it like that, it's hard to. Sometimes you don't even feel what's happening to your body in those situations just because of the moment and the adrenaline. So it's hard to even describe it.
Is it strange that your final pass of the season is going to be a touchdown?
Yeah, that's not, the final one, not great, but was able to get it to him somehow.
That's a throw when you felt the pop, correct?
Mm-hmm.
When you felt the pop, was it pain? How bad was it?
When you're on the field, I would never describe anything on the field as pain. You're just kind of in the moment experiencing things. I wouldn't describe it as pain.
There's been social media posts and a lot of documentation. Prime Video had it last night of a wrap on your wrist going into the game. What led to that? This is a completely different
thing. It's not uncommon for guys to wear compression sleeves on plane because when you go up to that altitude, things can swell up. I had, football, you have a lot of bumps and bruises. This is a completely new injury.
So it was a compression sleeve?
It was compression sleeve, yeah.
Did you have soreness before that flight? Is that why you grabbed it, or just a precautionary? Or?
No, that was more of a just make sure my arm on a flight doesn't. I mean, you try to maintain your body as much as you can, and on a short week, you got some bumps and bruises. Had nothing to do with the wrist.
You do everything right. You do everything to do this job. You pour everything into it. Just like that. Like just making sure your arm's okay on a 59-minute flight. Do you ever wonder, why me when it's just stuff just keeps happening? You do everything right.
Yeah, it's tough, but that's the life we live. That's football. You're gonna get injured. Things are gonna happen. You're gonna have to overcome things. Everybody's overcome things in their career to get to where they're at. Everybody in that locker room has. Everybody across the league has. This is nothing different from anything anybody else has experienced. It is what it is.
Is that just wearing the compression thing something you normally do throughout the course of the?
Yeah, I do that throughout the season, time to time.
It's just kind of later in the year, it's kind of feel things.
Yeah.
Obviously, the 2020 injury was really significant, but like in some ways, is this even more frustrating considering the season, the expectations, the opportunity, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Obviously, whenever you go down, you have a lot of aspirations for what the season's going to look like, what the end of the season is going to look like. We were in a good spot. We are in a good spot. It's obviously disappointing because you work so hard to get to this moment, and things starting to take a turn. You're starting to play really well, and then something like this happens. So nothing you can do about it. Just got to grind it out.
Do you think you'll be able to stay around and hang around?
Yeah, I'll be around.
Why do you think you're so mentally strong to handle everything you've been through the last 3 years?
Like I said, I've been through it. I've been in those moments. There's just not really any other option than to be that way. Otherwise, you're not going to get through it, and you're not going to come back out on the other side. So, no other option.
Have you allowed yourself some self-pity this morning at all, given what you've been through, and then move on to what you just described?
No. It's a lot of guys in that room are injured, have been injured. A lot of guys across the league. It's part of the job that we do. It's expected. It's not going to be the last time something like this happens in my career too. That's just part of it.
Have you heard of any other quarterbacks who've had this injury?
I have not. We're doing as much research as we can about it to figure out what's best going forward. Still in the process of doing that.
Franchise looks a lot different than it did in 2020 after what happened to me. How do you feel like they've done in terms of putting together the team you need around you to be able to be successful?
Yeah, we got great guys. We got the guys in the room that can get it done. I love everybody in that room. I'm going to lean on those guys throughout this whole process, and they're going to continue to go out and win games without me. That's what has to happen. They're going to continue to grind it out. It's a tough season. It's a long season, but we got the guys to continue to win games and make the playoffs and put ourselves in good position at the end.
Did you address the team, Joe, in the meeting today?
No, there's not much to say. You talk to guys in the locker room, tell them what's going on, but nothing to say. Normal team meeting.
You mentioned you're still gathering information on the best way to treat this. Is looking at possibilities of not getting surgery part of what you're looking at, or surgery just something that's inevitable?
Everything that I've seen so far is that surgery is going to be needed. I haven't had the conversations yet. I just had the MRI this morning, and we watched the tape, and then we had the team meeting. So I haven't really had time to have those discussions with the people that I'm going to be making the decision with. So I don't really have an answer, but likely surgery.
Did you say anything to Jake before you went out there? Or I guess you were doing your own thing.
No, once I came back out, he was playing well, and I see him every day. I know what he's capable of. He plays a lot like I do. He's going to do a great job. He's going to continue to get better week after week. That's something that happens with reps, and I'm excited to watch him go out and do his thing.
Well, what role is it that you now play with the team?
Be present. Try to bring energy. try to bring, I've kind of always just been a lead by example guy, but that's not really where I'm at right now. I can't lead by example, so I got to find other ways to do that. Bring energy, talk to guys, try to boost morale in any way that I can. That's the job that I have right now.
You had a message, you were asked if you had a message to Jake last night, but what have your conversations to date been like with Jake?
Well, we watched the tape together. Just tried to give him any insight on things that I've experienced and watched in my mindset playing over the last couple of years. I'll give him as much or as little as he wants. He's going to do a great job.
What's the biggest thing you kind of learned about him at the time you got to know him the last couple of years?
We're very similar people, and that's why I'm such good friends with him. He's very even keeled. No moment is too big for him. He went in on Thursday Night Football and on a short week without having practiced and played well. So he's a guy that's going to continue to get better, and no moment is too big for him.
What was Jamar's reaction to the news?
He was obviously disappointed, but just like I said, there's no time to sit and wallow. He's going to be out there playing, and Jake's going to be feeding in the ball just like I did, and he's going to continue to make plays. He's going to continue to do what Jamar does. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.